Another shocking revelation of how Abba Kyari actually connived with some other guys and decided to uh, take some money from some guys. And, a very huge businessman, a big businessman that is into real estate, he was part of those who connived to dupe him of his money. And this guy has actually come out to make reports on that. Abba Kyari has lately been in a serious mess, that involved him and some fraudulent activities together with uh, hush puppy, that is Abbas, and Abbas has actually been in the custody of the Federal Bureau in the US. And since then, he has actually decided to make open his connections with Abba Kyari in Nigeria. Abba Kyari is one of the most decorated policemen in Nigeria, and people actually believe he's very truthful and straightforward. But unfortunately, he has been exposed, and they've made revelations of how he goes about his activities even when they thought he's a very clean guy and does the right things. And like I said earlier in a subsequent report, or in previous reports, sorry, that Abba Kyari will still be in more trouble because a lot of people would actually still come out to talk about him. So people just feel there's no need to talk about him for now, since he's facing some investigations and all of that, and he's likely going to be extradited to be for questioning in the US and all of that. But if it were to be in Nigeria here, a lot of people who he has been involved with in some fraudulent activities would actually call him out. But as it is now, somebody has called him out, and that person is a businessman. Well, let's find out what he said about Abba Kyari and some of the things he did to him, and how Abba Kyari duped him and took his money. More details, but please stay tuned. Don't forget to like and share this video. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Yes, and also remember that lately, the investigation panel has actually decided to, probe Abba Kyari, but not much reports has been made about that. So, guys, right now it says, according to reports, a Nigerian businessman, Omo Jaide Edokba, has narrated how policemen attached to the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team (IRT) under the then Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari connived with fraudsters who swindled him of over 50 million naira. Edokba, who owns BDG Real Estate Company, fully operational in the United Arab Emirates (UAE), said in 2017 that he was in need of money to complete an ongoing project in Dubai. He said he had reached out to Hilton and Nehru, a real estate agent in Nigeria, to discuss possible sale of his house in Lagos State to raise money for his project in Dubai. He added that, unknown to him, Nehru and others had a dubious motive of taking over his properties. In his account sent to us, Edogba said, "I am from Ewu, Esan Central in Edo State. I own a real estate company by name BDG Real Estate, which was duly registered with operational office in Business Bay, Dubai, UAE. I had an ongoing project which I needed to complete in Dubai in 2017, flip over money, and at some point I needed extra cash. In October 2017, I approached Hilton Enaro, whom I knew was a real estate agent and freelancer in Lagos, to discuss the possible sale of my house in Lagos to raise funds. Hilton Enaro introduced me to his friend and partner, Joshua Maduka, who was also into the business of car sales with him at CMD Complex, CMD Road beside DSS Shangisha Magodo. They were all friends living together. Hilton Enaru and Joshua Maduka had a meeting and said they would rather give me a loan of 5 million naira to support my real estate business, but they gave me a condition that I may pay back 3 million naira interest within 3 months, which is 8 million. I would also use my house document as a collateral. 2 units of two-bedroom flat in Ayo Adekoya Close, Shangisha Magodo, worth over 40 million naira. Even though the reason weren't clear, I trusted him, so I agreed because I could get funds within same time from my business and payback. I came back to Nigeria for that purpose. They came up with an agreement drafted by Maduka's lawyer on 14th November 2017, barely 2 weeks after the agreement was signed. Hilton Enaru, Joshua Maduka and Mr. Johnson came to me with a proposal to buy the house, which was used as a collateral. At first, I was not comfortable with the idea, but Hilton, Enaru, and Johnson convinced me that Joshua could pay for the property using initial 8 million naira loan and interest as part payment. Hilton Enaru and Mr. Johnson insisted that Joshua must buy for 28 million naira. Hilton Enaru insisted I sign an authorization for him to sell at 28 million naira. Joshua brought an agreement that he would pay 10 million naira and make a balance of 10 million naira on January 1st, 2018. I was already back to Dubai, and since I needed more money, I obliged. To my greatest surprise, Joshua paid the money to Hilton in his friend's bank account. I was taken aback when Hilton and Harry said he had the authority to sell my house as my agent. Hilton and Harry sent me 7 million naira as against what was agreed. These three friends acted as a buyer, an agent, and a witness against me on my house, not knowing they deceived me and put my house up for another buyer, claiming they have the right to sell while I was in Dubai. Edopa said amid his ordeal, IRT officials asked him to pay 450,000 naira to secure the arrest of Hilton and Maduka. He, however, said the official failed to arrest Hilton and Maduka. He made through his threat in October 2019. Joshua Maduka came to my house with some violent IRT police officer from Abba Kyari's office. They beat and harassed my wife, then took us away. I was first taken to Ibadan and then to IRT office called Abattoir in Abuja. I was dehumanized, to say the least, and made to sign all sorts of agreement that I would pay back the 5.5 million naira under duress. I was released on bail and paid balance 2.5 million, which I owed Joshua as balance for his total initial deposit of 15 million naira as received by me. I wrote a petition that was signed and approved by RRT and Lagos Panti office for Hilton and Harry to be arrested. I never knew it was a plan to get more money from me that I never had. Having formed alliance and Hilton and Harry and Joshua Maduka, since the IPO refused to answer or return my call, I have been traumatized as this whole event had taken a toll on my marriage. My home is broken as my wife has left me. I had to relocate to my village in Ewu, Edo State, to go into farming. Only last week, 10th of September 2021, 1 year and 6 months after I paid 450,000 naira to them, I got information again from a relative who signed surety for me by name Pastor Gostai Medopa that the same IRT officer whom I paid money to for them to arrest and prosecute the fraudsters who made me lose everything connived with them and now wants to get me arrested again by Hilton and Harry Joshua Maduka. I do not know what they want from me anymore, as I have decided to get justice and seek redress on the matter all over again, as I do not know what they are capable of doing this time. I have been traumatized, depressed, and now I live in fear every day and do not even feel safe going to my small farm in the village. I have lost all I had ever worked for in the past 14 years, my house, money, marriage, and business worth over 200 million naira. Wow, this is really terrible, but I feel so sorry for him. But it is what it is. One just has to be very, very careful. So, guys, that is it. Drop your comments. Let's hear from you and also give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.